101 brought to you by Promise Resource Network. Today we're going to talk about our responsibilities to change the world. Our responsibilities to change what is not working in our world and change what's not working in the entire world. Okay, yeah, just a little thing. No problem. All right. So, responsibility. Let me look that up real quick. What does responsibility mean, and how can we do it? I'm sorry I didn't do this before. All right. Just like accountable. The state or fact of having a duty to deal with something or having control over someone. Responsibility, the state or fact of being accountable, you got it, or to blame for something. The state or fact of being accountable, our responsibility, are what I've got to do in this world as part of my purpose. Does that make sense? It's part of what I'm here to do. And that I truly, truly, truly believe that as we sit here live on Facebook and YouTube, YouTube, it is our challenge. It is our quest. It is our adventure to help change the world, right? And I want to do that because I see some screwed up stuff in the world. You know, I see a lot of pain, and I see a lot of distrust. Yeah, absolutely. And we can make that change, I think, but we've got to be mindful of how we're living, right? Yes, sir.
For us, and what we're doing now, we're part of the change by talking about mental health. People before us didn't know the importance of what our past was doing, and how the triggers and traumas, all these language was never brought up to my mother and her generation before them. They didn't see the importance of maintaining the mental health of these tools we're learning here. We weren't taught this. Being accountable by saying, like, I can show you better than I can tell you. I can show you what compassion, what all those forgiveness, but all those things are. But I'm not be doing it. I'm being an example of it. That's why I can be responsible for the knowledge that I've gotten acquired here. Some people don't have the ability to have this knowledge.
Yes.
My mother doesn't have
we are lucky. We are really lucky. I think that there are so many people in the world that because they haven't experienced or possibly explored the trauma they experienced, they're not living like we live. They're not seeing that hope and peace sometimes. So I know people that are just across the board miserable. Just across the board miserable. I want to help give them hope. And that's how we change the world. Yes, ma'am.
Well, speaking of mental illness, I'm sorry. Back in the day, mental illness was hush hush.
Yes.
It was whatever happened behind closed doors, don't tell. And then you see people like, I'm not making fun of nobody, but I would see people uptown on the talking, and I think you're on the phone, but they be screaming.
Yeah.
And they hear voices and they don't know what's going on. But a lot of people think mental health is real. And you sit down and just people watch stuff. It's sad. It's scary. Because you don't know what the mindset of a person is.
It can be scary just to encounter someone we don't know. And you know what? That's the same shit at Walmart. I have the potential to encounter someone. We're not, across the board, we're not violent because only 10% of people with mental health issues are the aggressors. I can't remember they are 10 times more. We are 10 times more likely to be a victim to a crime. So it's generally not us. I want to know somebody before I open up to them, right? I want to observe, I want to see, but I want to help too. How can I give that little bit of hope? You know, we don't know. It's just simple. Hey, dude, how you doing? It's good to see you. Might change everything. You know, sometimes my issues kick up when I think I'm alone. Yes, sir.
Actually, drugs is a big, real alcoholism, drug. I think alcoholism and drugs is this victim is a mental health problem. That's why I look at it.
It's definitely, I'm sorry to interrupt.
Go ahead, you talk.
Thank you. I love you. I'll give you all kinds of shit today. I agree with that, with a lot of people I know, the substance abuse goes along with the mental health. Personally, I use substances to numb the pain, to numb that edge of the big hole in my chest. Yes, medication. That's the only medication I had. I did as good as I could do with what I had. So today's different. Today, what am I doing? Right? What am I doing today? Let's see. The first thing is know what you're living for. If you're going to change the world, know why you're here. Know that, I mean, you don't have to know your whole purpose and da-da-da-da-da. Know that we make change, right? Know that we can create hope in someone simply by living as we live in recovery, doing those things that are hard, showing up. You know what I love about people in recovery? I know a lot of people, and some of them aren't in recovery, and you go to move and you know who's going to show up, right? Well, they'll show up for the pizza, though. Yes, sir.
They say you want to make the world a better place. Take a look at yourself.
Mhm.
And change.
That's where it starts. That's where it starts. Yes, ma'am.
I was I was on the bus yesterday and I was talking out loud. And I said, damn, the game ain't changed at all. I'm glad I'm in recovery. And then the man next to me said, you're right, the game ain't changed at all. So it's a good thing to be back.
Yeah.
It's a good thing to be back.
It gives us a choice to do something different, doesn't it? Good deal.
To be fair, I have to do anything to make up my purpose. I'm not human doing, I'm a human being. We need to be being, doing the right thing, doing the right thing. The next best right thing is enough. I don't think I am where I need to be, but what can I do within the space right now? And the people that I'm supposed to be touching this right now, I can't touch the world, but I can touch the people around me that mean the most to me.
Absolutely. I can make that difference in someone's life. That purpose, the purpose for me, my purpose, as I know it right now, is to support other people and to do classes because I love them so much. So when I know what I'm living for, it's easier to influence the world, right? Because I know who I am and I know what I have to give, right?
Give you directions so you follow.
Do what, huh?
You give directions so you know the follow. Like if you know where you're going, if you know where you're going to the destination, like you know I'm planning a trip to Miami. You know you plan a trip, so you know how to get there.
Yeah.
You know, I've already planned stuff. I know where I'm going to be, so you know where you're needed.
I had a dear friend last night that asked me, what's you playing? Shit. We get to the responsibility now. What's my plan?
Wow.
Then if I have a plan about what I'm going to do, I'm going to start out with kindness, those random acts of kindness. I'm going to go to see if I can mentor someone. I want to go speak to help change a larger crowd. All these things are coming to us, right? All these things are coming
These
to
life
us.
skills that we were taught.
Yeah.
We were taught this in school. So out of school, we talked about, oh, good class now, what do you want to be when you grow up? I don't know, I have no tools. I've never been taught how to live life, how to deal with trauma, how to deal with grief, how to deal with these things. So how am I supposed to go out into the world and be fearless?
Yeah.
Or deal with anything? Because the anger and pain it's not, you're not just going through it by yourself. It's common. You go through it, we all go through it.
Yeah.
If you don't know that it happens to everyone, you feel like you're the only one going through it. You feel like you're by yourself in it.
The next one, you're right on time. Take responsibility for your emotional challenges. When I take responsibility of my actions, you know, my mental health challenges, issues, whatever you want to say. I have to learn so I can know what to expect. I've got to choose to get knowledge, to get experience by talking to somebody else, right? I need to choose to do something different. Yes, ma'am.
Because that's funny. So me and Kim was talking about this morning. I got mad this weekend and busted my phone.
Uh-huh.
So I had to order me a new phone. And
Uh-huh.
I was like, I did it because I have anger issues. At least I didn't break somebody else's property.
That's
I
true.
broke mine. And
Mhm.
then I ain't got no phone.
So who'd you hurt?
So I ordered me a new phone online yesterday. But what I learned from this is, Kim, like, you gotta challenge that anger. I don't know, like, buy candy, like, breathe for 10 seconds.
Yeah.
Because life is gonna show up. That's what
Yes.
it'll be.
Yes.
But just acting like a child is not appropriate. So how do you challenge that? I'm asking the group, how do you challenge that?
Responding that reaction. When you respond, you take time away from it, and then you think consciously like, what could happen if I do this? When you react to it instantly, I react to you, no, and the thing has power over you. Now, if I respond, it gives me the power to make a decision. What do I want to do now? Do I want to do this? Do I need this phone? What is the use of this phone? How does this phone benefit me? I need to make my doctor's appointment this phone. No. What can I do differently? I'm not angry at the phone, maybe with the circumstance.
Yeah. Absolutely. Absolutely. That's it. The
I was like,
consequences. Yeah. And that's what we do. We hurt ourselves. When I'm mad at me, I hurt myself.
Yeah.
And I destroy what I have that is good around me. Yes, sir.
We had to learn to live life on lifetime, no matter what. Whatever come down the pipe, be ready to grab it.
Yeah. Yeah. That's a good thing, to be ready, to have that plan, to be ready for the next thing. Yes, ma'am.
What we were talking about before, about accountability
Mm-hmm.
and stuff. There's a lot more. I mean, there's a lot less stigma today than it was years ago.
Because we all know somebody today.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yes, sir.
For myself, just you're talking about your phone and also responsibility. I bought this china cabinet for my apartment.
Mm-hmm.
And then I realized shortly after I bought it, it was too big for me to move for myself. I ended up taking this entire china cabinet apart, putting it back together. But in the process of taking the doors off and everything, I waited too long and I broke the glass in one of the doors. And I could have been mad about myself, like you were with the phone, and just got real aggravated. But instead, I put the china cabinet together and everything. And the other day, I was taking some stuff out of storage and I found a nice piece of plexi and I cut it last night and I'm putting it in the china cabinet. You can't even tell. So what I would say to you is things happen. And I used to get to the point, I think we all did, where I get really upset about things that aren't really important. For example, your phone, you can just order another phone. And realizing that things just aren't really a big deal unless they really are a big deal, unless it's life or death.
But we
like
take.
kind of think of the worst.
You can go. Hold up. Listen up.
So I was just gonna say, sometimes I try to think of what is the worst thing that can happen. Like in this situation, what is the absolute worst, and think, is it really that bad?
Well, see, when we take responsibility for our actions and even our mindset, we can change that behavior. Right? We can change. I don't have to get so mad if I can respond rather than react. React is, well, throw my phone and beat your ass. Respond is, I don't know what's going on. Can I help you with it, or do I just need to leave you alone? That's respond. Yes, sir.
One thing they learn, not live it.
Mm.
You had false evidence.
Here, real.
Mm.
So it ain't there. Now you might conjure it up inside of you, but it don't be there all the time.
Mm.
We bring it down. By living in fear.
Yeah.
And-
Yeah. Yeah.
And not overreact. I think that's a very important part, because we're going to do the thing, whatever it is. If we've been doing something our entire lives, breaking that habit is going to happen overnight. So we're going to do the thing, and just to realize, usually 90% of the time, the thing is not the big deal. There, every now and then it is, but like a phone or a broken china cabinet, or a minor injury, it's not the end of the world.
One more thing.
Yeah.
Okay, so like in recovery, like you have to learn. I use a higher statement. I have to learn how to. I've always let my emotions control me because I was numb, and so now that I'm sober, I have to learn to control my emotions, and that's hard to do when I've never done it before.
Yeah.
It's like a little kid pitching a temper tantrum.
Yes.
That's what I did.
Yes.
And I broke my phone. Now I ain't got no phone.
I know a guy, he said, it was raining and the bus ran right past me. I'm never taking a bus again. I thought that's going to show that bus. Yes, sir. Nice and loud.
I know, like, for me, it's never, like, I don't ever know what happens after I explode to after I explode. Like,
Yeah.
I know phones, doors, windows, people, I mean, them all that.
Yeah.
So, yeah, the aftermath, when I'm done breaking, I'm like, dang, why did I break my phone? My phone didn't do it. Why did I bust that glass? So that's the rule.
Yeah.
That's not what my problem is, though. Because I don't know about that till after I react.
Yeah.
My problem is how do I get, like she said, how do I challenge that anger? I'm cocky, I'm arrogant, not that, but to the point to where I've tried to make attempts like, you know what, I'm not gonna let this make me mad. So that's how I challenge that anger. Even though it's pissing me off and I'm boiling red, I'm not gonna let that make me mad. I'm gonna attack my anger. It's really difficult when we put expectations on ourselves. With other people, it's easy. It's easier to not let other people make you mad. Because you can just get away from them or whatever. But when it's ourselves, we can't get away from ourselves. You know what I mean? So I have to like always just remind myself to not put so high expectations. It's okay if I mess up. It's okay for me to go away.
Yeah.
I want it to go. That's cool. What did I learn from it? That's how we sound.
Yeah. We fight. We choose. I choose today to do something different. To take a step back and identify, is this what I want? Right? Is this meeting a need for me to get angry? Sometimes it is. Sometimes it's meeting a need. I need to know why I'm doing this, and those moments of anger, absolutely they come up. Those moments of fear come up. Disappointment, all those things come up. And my responsibility today to myself and to the world, remember we're trying to change the world, is to live in my recovery. Live as I'm in my recovery. we are models. We are models. You always say that. You always say that. We're all grown and in recovery. It's a higher standard now. You talk about expectations. There's an expectation from me, to act in a way that inspires other people. I want to give other people hope. I don't want to give them bullshit today. You know what I mean? I've done that. Today, I am responsible because of the gift that was given to me. I was given a gift. I believe we're the chosen people, plucked out of hell, put into safety. Right, Stephen?
For me, just commenting on some of the things we were talking about, anger. For me, anger, when you suppress your anger, sometimes it can turn into depression. Because depression is kind of like anger at yourself. It's like suppressed anger. So I think it's important that we also, we don't do that. We deal with the anger. We just deal with it better. We find better coping mechanisms to deal with that anger. Because if you just ignore that anger or pretend you're not angry, it doesn't go away on its own. It just expresses itself different, and you can put yourself into a deep depression. That's what I did in my life. So I just wanted to caution on that.
Yeah, we're responsible to be careful about ourselves. I'm responsible to know myself today. I got to know myself today, and I am responsible for that, because when I know myself, I know what's coming because I know me. I know how I do. Maybe I can choose differently this time. Let me try. Jovan, you haven't talked yet.
Yeah, so with myself, I totally agree with what Steve was saying. The suppression could, backfire, but also experiencing restraint in the moment. So, destruction can definitely feel good in the moment, but then there's the consequences. Repercussions of now we have a broken phone, or now we have a broken wall. Getting to the point of, getting ready to smash the phone, practicing restraint, feeling the anger, letting the anger pass, experiencing the anger, letting it pass, but then also showing restraint by not releasing the phone. Even doing the action of, but not releasing the phone. Letting it pass, feeling that jolt of explosion leave your body, practicing that restraint, and then taking a breath. Little steps like that, so then where we can experience the anger passing, feeling the jolts and feeling it passing. And that could probably be
And that is perfect, because that's responsibility we have. Because I am influencing people. That's kind of scary. If you can't be a good example, be a horrible warning. That's my motto, right? So I am a warning as a t-shirt. I had that t-shirt. I've had that t-shirt. If you can't be a good example, be a horrible warning.
Wow, we need a t-shirt.
We do. Yes, sir. All right, hold up.
If I don't learn how to be a black one, I do my work here.
Yeah.
I work all the damn time, don't even realize. So, I always want to blame everybody with my bullshit.
Yep.
But guess what? I need to look at me somebody. Just look down there.
When I learn how to live in a way that meets my needs and helps meet the needs of others, that's the shit right there. I know myself enough.
But you know, when you want to reach out there and grab somebody and you help somebody and always want to help somebody, guess what? You can see how the different feelings you. Because when we were doing drugs and alcohol, we were self-centered and always about us. It wasn't about nobody else. But if you change that, guess what? You can really help somebody grab somebody, come in. Back to y'all. And I mean, that's real.
Yeah.
You bring people through. And that's what the world needs now. The world needs LOVE, not HATE.
Yeah.
definitely real.
Yeah, we need love today. We need. I know that's the answer. Yes, sir. Nice and loud.
I find that if I can pause even just for 30 seconds.
Yeah.
Situations, what a big difference that makes. And, like Ivanka and Ryan losing the phone, all these things are collateral damage to when we react.
Yeah.
And I also found that my natural tendency is to get revenge on us, on people. Anytime I feel I'm treated unfairly or punished, I want to spite you, and this also ties into addiction. I'll fix you. I'll show you.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the whole idea of this process is learning how to deal with life as is and to channel that anger, that frustration in a responsible way. And all of us are like that. We're all escape artists. And for me, it's mood altering substances. And I'll deal with life, the general unfairness of it every time. It's my natural tendency to result in some type of buzz to deal with life.
I love that. Thank you. We do have that reaction. I got to choose today. Am I going to seek revenge? Choices, and more choices. Yes, sir.
Hold on. Okay. I'm just talking about giving and helping others. That is important. I agree in recovery, but you got to be careful of the habit we have, especially those of us that are used to being sort of say yes to everything. Is we can have a tendency to help others at our own cost. In other words, instead of working on our own recovery, it's like they say when you're on the airplane, you got to put the oxygen mask on yourself first. You need to work on your recovery, and it's so easy to put yourself. I've done it many times. Put yourself on hold and be doing everything you need to do for yourself, for everybody else, thinking somebody's going to jump in the trenches and help you with your life, and it just don't work that way.
Yeah. But the thing of it is, we do have to be careful. I can't give out of my need. If I have $20 and I'm going to pay a bill with that, I don't know what the hell kind of bill you can pay for $20, but I'm going to pay a bill with that money. And somebody comes up to me and says, man, I need $11. I got to have $11. And I give $11. Now I'm short. Right? Not taking care of myself. I haven't done what I need to do to protect myself to have what I need before I give out more of what I have. I've got to have more so I can give out the excess. Thank you. We're on a roll. All right. Yes, sir. I'm sorry.
Those conditions as well, just be to have financial, emotional, spiritual. If in those areas at all, I know I can be more susceptible to reacting and not responding, responding and not reacting. If I'm not emotional, am I mental, if I'm sick, chances are I may not be the same person I am today, tomorrow. I know that maybe I will alter where I go, maybe to deal with my health first.
Yeah.
And then I can be present in the place where I need to be.
Yeah.
If I'm at work right now, my finances or anything is off.
Yeah.
I can be affected by that. So I gotta be aware of all those things that need to be. But I need to be reminded of those things. I need to get the dimensions of wellness.
The 8 dimensions of wellness. Yeah. We can get one of those up in here, don't we, to look at, because there's not just our emotional, there's our financial, occupational, health. What am I going to prioritize so I can take care of myself and then do those other things to take care of myself so I can give out, right? The goal is to give out. I keep saying, oops, seems like one of the streams is having connection issues. I hope you're still out there. Love yourself. Loving ourselves is the way we can change the world. It says self-love is the experience of confidence and empowerment. The opposite of self-love is self-hate. Self-haters have no life because they live in a state of shame, insecurity, and powerlessness. No matter how much they suffer from dismissed or damaged self-worth, it is absolutely incumbent upon we find a way to love ourselves. People who love themselves are more successful in every area, in those 8 dimensions. Our higher power invested in each and every one of us, bursting with goodness and potential for growth. Tap into that. love yourself. Because that shows, right? You want to help somebody get in recovery? Be happy. That's it. That's all you got to do. I moved in with somebody I worked with, and I was still drinking. I was so excited because she was my party buddy. Man, we were going to tear it up now. Both living together. We're going to have parties like hell. Well, she got sober.
How dare you?
I know. She got sober right after, before I moved in. So I said, listen, I'll clean up my room. I'll pay my rent. And you don't talk that AA shit to me. Honest to God. And she didn't. She didn't talk anything. She didn't leave big books around. She didn't say, would you like to go to a meeting? None of that. She said nothing. But when I hit my bottom, I knew where to go because she was happy. And I wanted that. Be happy. Love ourselves. And that can change the world. Right? Any last comments about changing the world, which is our responsibility?
I'm telling that story.
Yes.
It's a wealth of knowledge.
Thank you.
You don't know how important our stories are. We keep up. No, what we've gone through, like you said, we've survived everything. We survived 20% of all the things that tried to kill us.
Yes.
So really, for a reason. That's our
Yep.
purpose. Yeah.
I believe that too, Porter. I believe my purpose is to change the world.
Don't worry, be happy.
Yeah.
To get down that hole, somebody who's going through what I went through. Like I said, I've been there with you.
Yeah.
Where you were. Now we get out there together. We walk there together. I've been there. I've been there.
The helping other people is so critical. I want to tell my story, like you said, because there's power in it.
My new change behavior.
Mhm.
I tell my story.
Not the old stuff, but the new stuff. That's how we talk to people when we want to help them change.
Well, I know I know one thing they always say in the meeting. We'll love you until you learn to love yourself.
Mm-hmm.
And they do.
So again,
We'll love you until you learn to love yourself.
Yeah. Yeah, I was told that. I tell people I'll hold your hope till you're ready for it. Whatever we need to give each other. And we'll shut it down. We got two things. Warm line. Great opportunity to talk to people that can listen, can give resources, can help at 3 a.m. when this is really kicking and spinning. Give us a call, 833-390-7728. 833-390-7728. It's on our website. It's also on Facebook. Just look for it. It's on there. Share this. I knew there was another thing. Share this. There may be somebody that needs to hear this message. Someone in your life, your cousin, your employer, somebody can benefit from this. So share it. Call our warm line. Hang out with us. We're doing class tomorrow.
I don't want them.
Hold on, we're still going. Look, I'm so distracted. What? That's a squirrel there, man. All right, keep peace, share love.